Look, I know we've given a lot of credence to our Second Amendment laws, and I'm a Second Amendment pro-gun right guy. But I will tell you, we cannot allow criminals to be running around here with guns, with body armor, and not who they are, know who they are. I think it's time that we start looking at mental health laws, start looking at gun protection laws. We got to do what we got to do to make sure that the right people have the guns. I think we ought to look at the issue of fatherlessness. We also ought to look at weed. We know that cannabis increases psychoses by 5 times. So I think everything should be on the table, including what you say, maybe improving background checks. But thank God there was a guy with a gun there to take this guy down. Yeah.
So the fascinating thing about what you just saw is not just that interaction happened on Fox, but that individual, Tre Pennie, is a Republican congressional candidate who, look, he mentioned all of the other things that Republicans love to say are responsible for mass gun violence other than the guns, but he also said gun control. She then modified that to background checks. It was a much smaller version of what he had said. And then she added in fatherlessness and, of course, weed, which, as we all know, creates psychosis. Perhaps psychosis strong enough to produce people like Rachel Campos-Duffy, who believe that is a suitable solution to the problem that we face. And again, I will say what I always say: if you believe that America is uniquely broken when it comes to a lack of fathers, if you believe that everyone around us is tripping balls on psychotic weed, then the last thing you would want is for them to be able to walk into a store, hand over $750, get a weapon of war, and then shoot up a bakery or whatever. You obviously do not believe the things you're saying, because if you did, you would be screaming for gun control more than anyone else. But anyway, that's a Republican who's willing to talk about a candidate, to be fair.
I mean, if you're listening to this, that Republican is black. So
sure, yes, also true. Yeah.
It should not be lost on anyone how laced with racism her comments were. You see, he is wearing a cowboy hat. He is talking about, again, doing the talking points, but also then like mentioned gun control. And then she immediately goes to fatherlessness and weed. Anyone else?
That's true.
Anyone else smelling how racist that is? Like, what? What? Nobody's talking about fatherlessness. So, oh God, that's so gross. And I a little bit see his face going like, what? Like he has a double take a little bit there. Like, lady, no one's talking about those things.
Imagine.
It's disgusting.
Communities being broken, and you're like, fatherlessness. That's what we need. That'll solve it in 60 years or something. Slow cultural change, embracing more. By the way, like when we talk about wanting fathers to be more involved in their kids' lives, more like, are they supportive of that? They want fathers to be limited to just like dreaming of smoking a cigar and driving a Bugatti. That's what they think that fathers should be doing.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.